Hi folks, I'm Chad Wilson, CEO and founder of Immersion Ed, and we transform video games with historical settings into immersive learning experiences. Right now, most schools fail to successfully teach skills like problem solving, adaptability, critical thinking, because they're best taught through active learning experiences, which are generally only available to the privileged few. I experienced firsthand the benefits of such experiences in my education. I grew up a total history nerd, I majored in history in college, and I was fortunate enough to study abroad in places like Greece. While there, I learned these 21st century transferable skills that are so hard to teach but key to long-term career success. From there, I began to dream of a world where this type of learning experience wasn't only for the privileged few. Now, through Immersion Ed, that dream can become reality. Here, you see a clip of a video game we're planning to adapt. We build upon the already vivid and accurate historical setting and strip out the original quest lines and capacity for violence, and we insert our own educational quest lines focused on teaching historical content and skills like creative decision making. Through these partnerships with gaming companies, we streamline the production cost and production time needed to produce immersive learning experiences, and from there we provide those learning modules to schools across the country. Our team of developers is currently working hard with our curriculum writers to build our medieval history prototype module through a video game called Kingdom Come Deliverance. We have a mixture of private and charter schools that are set to pilot this next school year. From there, our key partner, Ubisoft, who owns the majority of relevant adaptable content, such as the one shown earlier, has indicated that they want us to build upon their games to create a comprehensive set of world history learning modules. In order to bring this dream to fruition, though, we need the help of people like you. So please help us help teachers bring the transferable skills that are needed to succeed in modern day life to the broader public.
Hello, my name is Nisa and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cashless. Cashless is a managed barter platform that's connecting small underserved businesses to resources. Today, we're operating on 2 different continents across 3 different countries. We've raised $500,000 in in-kind resources and a friends and family round, and currently raising a seed round. There's 31 million small businesses in the United States. They make 41% of employment for the United States population. And yet 20% of these small businesses fail every year. And 80% of them, of the minority-owned businesses, fail every year. This number is staggering. It's clear that these financial systems that we've relied on in the past just don't behave the way we want them to, that they have in the past. They're unstructured, hard to navigate, or just unsupportive. And it's no wonder they just were not built to support the current entrepreneurial landscape. And that's why we built Cashless. Customers simply sign onto the platform, invite their fellow employees to collaborate, and they post an advert for a job they need done, and we simply match them in minutes, just like that. They no longer have to post on platforms like Facebook Marketplace and then wait for somebody to respond. We match them accurately and quickly. They can then use this money that they would have otherwise used for other services to plow back into the business and focus on growing the business. Our mission is to create an alternative financial marketplace for small businesses to be able to obtain resources and thrive. We aim to help 100,000 small businesses by the end of 2023. Cashless has started a revolution, and we hope that you'll join us and help small businesses not only survive, but thrive. Thank you.
Kids across the country, particularly those from under-resourced communities, are in mental health crisis. 44%, close to 1 in 2 high schoolers reported feeling persistently sad and hopeless during the last year. Schools are our most potentially powerful line of defense for students in mental health crisis, but they're vastly under-equipped to provide services at the scale and intensity students require. My name is Prachi, and I'm the founder of Counselors for America. Our mission is to provide therapy at school to any kid who needs it. We're building a nonprofit that embeds full-time mental health providers in schools to universally screen and proactively treat students so that we can improve school culture. We're replacing the incomplete and biased referral systems currently in place for screening and increasing the number of providers in schools while also enabling deeper collaboration between providers and school staff. We're going to fund these clinicians through a simple and sustainable model: Medicaid billing and school cost sharing. Philanthropy will support our lean program management. As our pilot program showed us, 75% of screened students qualified for therapy. We need more full-time clinicians to meet this demand. And that's why we're asking for $250,000 in funding to give us a 2-year runway to establish Medicaid billing infrastructure and hire 5 full-time clinicians. Kids need more from our schools than they're currently getting. Your early investment will help us radically transform public education. Join us.
When Mark was diagnosed with brain cancer, our world was turned upside down. And the first thing that we thought of was, how are we going to tell our kids?
One thing that I have learned as a survivor and a fighter of cancer myself is that it's not just about me. Pickles is an organization that puts my children at the center of it, and it's been a true blessing for us.
Just started the Empower curriculum, but I feel like that, for me personally, is going to be is my favorite part, knowing that he's going to have that guided support and guidance, and be able to have that experience with other kids that are going through the same thing he is.
It's Kelsey Mora, and I'm the Chief Clinical Program Officer for Pickles Group. We really know that research and evidence supports that when kids have honest language and coping skills, and most importantly, a community of kids who understand their shared experience, that they can really thrive.
I'm Cassie Horton, and I'm the Executive Director of Pickles Group. At Pickles Group, we know that having a parent or caregiver with cancer can be a really lonely, isolating experience. That's why our mission is to provide free peer-to-peer support and resources to those kids. Pickles kids strengthen their resilience, have fun with kids who really get them, and have a chance to heal along the way, and we're proud to do that work.
You can find out more at Pickles Group. It's www.picklesgroup.org.
Greetings. My name is Martin Beck, and I am the founder of Common Unity Properties, and we are a social impact for-profit that develops micro-communities and provides wraparound social services leading to stable housing and stable lives. There are an estimated 552,830 people in the United States alone experiencing homelessness. Now, within the homeless and highly mobile population, there are individuals and families who are considered vulnerable populations and are known to have been historically overlooked and underrepresented in society. For the past 2 years, I worked as a tenant advocate for Homeline, a Minnesota-based tenant legal services firm. I assisted over 800 tenants during my time there. But what I noticed was that there was a pattern of tenants who were unable to access the necessary resources due to a lack of transportation, a lack of community, or simply being unaware of the resources that were available to them. At Common Unity Properties, we will be creating communities for vulnerable populations that offer a variety of housing types, including an education and social service program and a renter to homeownership program, leading to stable housing and stable lives. Once I graduate from the Crown Family School, I plan on dedicating my time to growing this organization. As the late, great Senator Paul Wellstone said, we all do better when we all do better. And that's what Common Unity is about. Let's work together to create the change we want to see. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to apply, and I look forward to hearing from you.
For some, a COVID infection lasts a few weeks. For others, it's fatal. But for a growing number of people, it never ends. In fact, it never ended for me. I am a COVID long hauler and am one of the 200 million people globally who never recovered from our initial battle with the virus. And despite having no history of pre-existing conditions, I've developed a variety of disabling conditions such as heart issues, body aches, brain fog, and difficulty walking. So my team and I created the Strong Haulers, a technology company to solve my 3 biggest problems. The first problem I faced was trying to figure out which of my lifestyle habits were worsening my health. And so we created a robust symptom tracker that derives correlations between habits, activities, and symptoms, allowing our users to figure out their symptom triggers. The second problem I faced was accessing and identifying credible information and advice on symptom management strategies that could help me manage my health. So we solved this problem by creating a curated search engine database of symptom management strategies filled with information crowdsourced from the long COVID patient community as well as vetted by medical experts. And the third problem I faced was figuring out what was the relative impact of each of these strategies on my health so that I could focus less on symptom management and more on just living. We solve this problem by harnessing the analytical power of wearable devices. Now, long COVID is the pandemic after the pandemic, so if you're interested in helping long haulers return to the things that matter, please vote for us for the Audience Choice Award. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Sam Yarish. I'm an MBA 1 at the GSB and I'm here to talk about Apprendi. So at Apprendi, we're working to revolutionize the way that therapy is delivered for kids by creating a better and more efficient visual content creation and management platform. So why are we talking about therapy for kids? Well, because 1 in 5 kids today are diagnosed with a mental health disorder, but only 50% of those are actually able to receive the treatment that they need from a professional. And why are we talking about visual content? Well, because visuals are a core part of the toolkit that therapists have at their disposal to maintain attention in a session and to communicate with kids with mental health disorders. But what we're finding is that it's taking hours for therapists to create basic visual content that they need to use every day for sessions. So what we're trying to do is make the creation of that content faster and more efficient, while also making the content that you can create more personalized to deliver better outcomes both for therapists and for the kids that they're working with. So we're a team out of the GSB. It's myself and one other co-founder, plus our third co-founder from Chicago, Booth. We're so excited for the chance to present.
We live in a world where tech is part of everything that we do. And it's a large part of what our future is going to be too. And yet, we live in a world that we know is unfair. Today, the tech workforce is less than 5% Black or brown. If we're building a future that doesn't represent our communities, we're not building a future that'll be equitable for everyone. That's exactly what Techpass is trying to solve. Something in this pipeline is breaking down. And we've realized that the Black and brown students we know lack the connections and lack the guidance that they need in order to land a job in tech. That's what Techpass does for them. It provides students with a guided roadmap to their first job in tech, connecting them with companies along the way and making sure that they've got a real shot and real access to a prosperous career in the field. Why don't I just show you? Come with me. Let's dive into Techpass together. So I'll hop into our live website right now, and I'm immediately taken to our pathway. So as a student, this is the step-by-step roadmap I received to landing my first job in tech. Here are the 13 companies that have already signed up to be on Techpass, who are recruiting talent just like the Black and brown students I've been talking about and are excited to meet you. When I'm ready as a student, I can connect with the recruiter through Techpass directly in order to start a conversation. Our goal with Techpass is to make more Black and brown students excited about tech and better connected so that they have a guide to guiding through their first 4 years in school and landing that job in tech, which means that they then have better connections for prospering in their career, increasing their wealth generation opportunities, and bringing more dollars into their families and communities.
Hi, I'm Grace.
And I'm Rukmini, and we are the co-founders of TeachMe. Every student deserves an effective teacher. However, given current supports, teacher excellence is the exception rather than the rule. This often means we observe untapped potential in the classroom. We at TeachMe unlock this potential by refining teacher training and building communities across emerging markets. There are millions of teachers across the world, and we believe that with the right resources, every teacher has the capacity to be great.
TeachMe is an e-learning platform where teachers can access the best of instructional practices as well as context-specific advice, all within an online professional network. Combining the best of adaptive technology with e-learning personalization, TeachMe is changing the face of teaching education one teacher at a time. With TeachMe, teachers have the audacity to believe in themselves and realize their limitless possibilities. We have a passionate and qualified team of experts within education, technology, and business, and we're on track to pilot for this summer. With your vote, we can continue to facilitate professional development through peer support.
Join TeachMe as we establish a new standard of training and development for teachers by teachers. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alejandro, and together with other 3 booth students, Erden, Josiah, and Milton, we're excited to tell you about Casa Now. In the past decade, the average price of homes in the US has doubled. While this is good for those who already own homes, it creates a larger and larger divide in the wealth gap, which historically affects low to middle income families and underserved minorities in this country. Unfortunately, the options for many underserved communities are as limited as they were a decade ago. For example, only 50% of US Hispanics who apply for a mortgage have enough capital for a down payment, given the competitive environment of increasing home prices and high credit score requirements. So far, the main recourse to own a home for these families revolves around locking in high interest rates or short-term predatory lending. Casa Now is here to change this current reality, opening a door to families towards home ownership by first offering a rent-to-own model, allowing them to build equity from day one, build wealth, and improve their credit scores so that their dream home is within reach. Everyone in the world deserves a chance to pursue security for their families and their loved ones. And it is Casa Now's goal to help bridge the wealth gap and allow these families to build generational wealth for their children. Thank you for listening, and please vote Casa Now in the link below. Gracias.
Over 85 million people in the world are either deaf, hard of hearing, or deafblind. Without access to communication support, it is very challenging for them to live an independent life. Our founder was born deafblind. He's been struggling to find a communication support providers his entire life. Sometimes it takes days or even weeks to find a support provider. If there's no one available, it simply gets denied services. That's why we are here. With a deep understanding of having accessible support services, Masara was born with a vision to create a world where people with disabilities can easily access the support they need without barriers. To start with, we focus on serving deaf, hard of hearing, or deafblind people with the support they need. With the advance of technology, Masara used machine learning algorithm to matching support. We make matching easier, cheaper, and faster. Masara is also an inclusive platform matching people with disabilities with freelance support providers based on qualifications and personalized needs. But we need your support as well. Today, we want to invite you to join us. Together, we'll create a world where accessibility and equity are not just slogans, but actions.
Sonam Wangchuk, Ladakh's famous innovator, recently showcased a set of passively heated buildings that were not only more effective than conventional ones, they were also lower cost and more reliable. With the global need for climate adaptation solutions becoming more urgent than ever, innovators like Sonam are raring to support marginalized communities at scale through their innovations.
However, the lack of investment opportunities for climate adaptation innovators has been a major global roadblock. Climate investment, particularly that towards adaptation, immediately needs to go up to be 6 to 13 times of what it is today.
Rehive solves this problem through a seamless online solution that unleashes catalytic capital for early-stage climate innovators to scale their solutions.
We combine the use of online matchmaking technology, customized impact profiling, and holistic portfolio management to create a platform that truly enables a seamless experience for innovators and investors.
With only 10% of the world's climate finance reported to have been spent on adaptation solutions, we are driven to make Rehive a gateway to help the world transition to a just and resilient climate reality.
Hello there, I'm Saloni Mundra.
And I'm Adarsh Kumar.
And we're the co-founders of Allopoints. At Allopoints, we're empowering you to be your most sustainable self. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by sustainability or are wondering how to reduce your environmental impact effectively, Allopoints is the sustainability concierge for you.
So here are some snapshots of what that journey looks like. Through questionnaires and other touch points, our app learns about your sustainability preferences and practices and provides a data-driven roadmap that meets you where you are in your sustainability journey. So today, you've been recommended the food waste reduction mission, which is a highly impactful climate solution. Instead of telling you to just not waste food, we provide very targeted, action-oriented challenges that walk you step by step. Best of all, these are gamified. So as you complete them, you unlock Allopoints. Today's first challenge is Spoiler Alert, which, as a quick spoiler, is a crash course on food expiration labels, which is a key source of household food waste.
At Allopoints, we believe that social change truly must be social. So we provide you with opportunities to engage with your friends and colleagues. We're also building a flourishing ecosystem of sustainable businesses and organizations, of which we have 7 partnerships so far, such as with Eco and the Flamingo, Chicago's first zero waste retail chain, and Urban Canopy, a urban farm providing composting services in the south side of Chicago. Through our gamified challenges, you will be able to unlock cool sustainable rewards with these businesses as that extra oomph of motivation.
Allopoints is the hub that makes sustainability accessible, engaging, social, and sometimes funny. If you're interested, please check us out at allopoints.com and join our waitlist. Thank you so much.